May I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
The crazies, just give the word. The guards coming. We make them. We got the crazies, just give the word. The guards coming. We make them purge. Guards coming. We make them purge. The guards coming. We make them purge. Baby say my touch is like some fine wine, going down the back smooth like a decline. I told you wasn't me, you just told me put more effort. You told me change my style and just keep up with the message. I listen. Understand it's like every day I take my last breath, trying to breathe when I sneeze through my past steps. Do it how you wanna, do it how you wanna. Not a problem when you calculating numbers. Let me catch your vibe with my mental. It's simple. Listen, this is how it's going down. Let me see you smile with them dimples. It's simple. Listen, I love it when you come around, baby girl. My soul is the temple. It strengthens. Listen, it's tougher than it really sounds. To even come up short from this mission, it's forbidden. Listen, we gon' be together now. Yeah. Searching for class, I'm at my own now. Teacher take them to school, I teach the whole town. I'm expanding your mind, this is a new sound. Put a brand on that ass. Dragons alive, let me breathe again. Listen, torching them niggas, they beneath the men. Listen, reptilian scales, they beneath the skin. Listen, rise of the beast, I'm the beast within. Beast within. Let me breathe again, torching them niggas, they beneath the men. Reptilian scales, they beneath the the skin, rise of the beast, I'm the beast within.
I ain't like the rest of these guys, they wanna socialize, cut you dickheads off, circumcised. I ain't even trying for real, this an exercise, I'm the shit, yeah, ill. See these fucking flies, I wrote this with fish scales, snort every line. My story gives you chills, don't glamorize. Country nigga, but I don't eat roadkill. My soul is at war, my mind a battlefield. Bipolar, antisocial, damn near schizo. You old niggas out your lane, this ain't disco. They make music to motivate you to wanna march. I make music to motivate you to shoot a cop. I got a up north diddy bop, down south swag, and a west coast vibe, and rappers and body bags. Got a beast within, I write with no pen. You call this shit rap, I'm confessing my sins. I blend black empowerment with violence, fighting fire with fire, that's how you balance shit. BSM, rap fiend, hip hop dream team. L. Dot voice, bitch, suck me through my jeans.
The dragon's alive, let me breathe again. Listen, torturing them niggas, they beneath the men. Listen, reptilian scales, they beneath the skin. Listen, rise of the beast, I'm the beast within. I'm the beast within. Let me breathe again. Torturing them niggas, they beneath the men. Reptilian scales, they beneath the skin. Rise of the beast, I'm the beast within.
In this sentence, nigga, I'm in the booth, it ain't no gimmick, nigga. I can act a fool, I'm not a timid. I told you niggas from beginning, nigga, that I'ma start until I finish, nigga. What that really mean, that I'ma end it. You can send a nigga, like any nigga. I mean any nigga. I prefer to crack a trunk, cause I don't feel I really didn't give a fuck if they gon' kill a nigga. And I done got really offended if you kill a nigga. It's becoming beneficial. I'm strapping, I'ma keep a whistle. Now it's official. Now you try to change the rights because a nigga got a pistol. Speak of rights, but they don't ever listen or pay attention. They don't get the picture unless we start shooting at a bitch. Dumb bitch, ain't no comments. Why you hated on Obama? Got a daughter and a mama. Started a whole lot to separate them at the border. We gotta get shit in order. Down one is 4 quarter. They call code, and that's an order. We gotta do it now, man. Let's go, man. Ain't new. Let's do it.
The dragon's alive, let me breathe again. Listen, torturing them niggas, they beneath the men. Listen, reptilian scales, they beneath the skin. Listen, rise of the beast, I'm the beast within. I'm the beast within. Let me breathe again. Torturing them niggas, they beneath the men. Reptilian scales, they beneath the skin. Rise of the beast, I'm the beast within.
Yeah, they done let me out. It's Kush cat. I'm a beast animal, I'm an animal beast. When I spit it, it's Biggie. Matter of fact, it's obese. I'm off the chain, off the leash on these beats, or off in the streets. You got the drip, I leak. Part of the streets, concrete. Part of the streets, I beat. Some of the hardest with me. Bitch, nights like this, I feel like the 5 heartbeats. Rest in peace, R.I.P. I don't owe you, you owe me. I'm on this new way, like stocking caps, brush and hair grease. Better get a bit of dairy. These niggas looking soft and scary. Cause Kush Cannon came up in this motherfucker with a mercenary. Killing everybody in this motherfucker like Gary. Leave them all in the streets and not bury. Constipation, shitting on rappers like I'm allergic to dairy. When I roll with a black set, your chest better visit. Really legit, they get sent like some tests. Leaving them chopping the school like them boys doing tests. I better be ready, cause I'ma come like this motherfucker up like it's Armageddon. And I'ma be calm and steady. My niggas, they tell me they go ahead and drop out the bombs. I'm ready, bitch, I'ma blaze them. We don't have conversations, open them up like operation. For the nation, no captain save them when I get half of the population.
I'm a beast, apex cards, and I'm all about the gamble. Won't you take them odds? Spit it to you real, but it comes back flawed. So the bars I deliver make you say my God. Crunch time, I can smack niggas with punchlines. One line, single file, eat them at lunchtime. Front line, spit fast out of my gum lines to level niggas out like a plumb line. It's fun time. These are the days you think it's end times. Well, it ain't no end until I end mine. Let the gods beware, I defend mine. Between the love and the hate, there's a thin line. Consecutive bars, I call it pen time. With logical sequence, I spend time. Metaphoric the words, I try to bend mine. Deliver the bridge, collections like it's rent time. Most of y'all bow down, rise up when you see the God coming. Let's get it. The dragon's alive, let me breathe again. Listen, torturing them niggas, they beneath the men. Listen, reptilian scales, they beneath the skin. Listen, rise of the beast, I'm the beast within. I'm the beast within. Let me breathe again. Torturing them niggas, they beneath the men. Reptilian scales, they beneath the skin. Rise of the beast, I'm the beast within.
Boom, what up, my nigga?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
What it do?
Coolin', man. Coolin'. What's good, fam?
Ain't shit. You can hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you. All right. I'm glad you actually called in, man.
I came up. I didn't want to call in.
Well, you know what I meant. Shit. Same difference. So, man, how you feeling, man? You getting closer and closer, man. I know you ain't gave an official date yet for the.
Feel like Rocky, my nigga.
You feel like Rocky?
Mm-hmm. Adrian! Yeah. Lorraine!
Hey, out of those songs that was on the promo, that listen, oh man, that shit sounds like it's gonna be dope.
Listen,
man, I think I got a nice vibe.
Listen is what about vibe? Yeah, that's what about vibe shits. That's a little, that's tight. But I mean, on that list, bro, I gotta go with it's Crucial Cat. I gotta go with my nigga on that one, yo. He made me proud, bro. He made me proud, bro. He out there, I see him and shit.
Huh?
I thought I seen him, but I don't. That's legend I see.
Yeah, I think that's legend. I don't think I seen Crucial slide through yet.
No, I ain't see him. That was legend.
Yeah, man. Hey, wait till you hear that Crucial versus Arthur. Lord have mercy. Man, that might be my favorite out of all the ones that's been done so far, including my own.
For real?
Man, them niggas snap. They snap, bro, for real. For real. But so out of the whole entire album, what you think is your favorite song? Unless it's a Crucial song.
I will be honest with you, the one I'm working on right now.
Okay.
I ain't even recorded it yet, bro.
How the hell you know it's gonna be your favorite then?
I just the vibe of it already.
Okay.
Just the vibe of it already, bro. Like I'm putting something in this one, bro. Like this right here, probably. I mean, on some real shit, Tell Me gonna always be my favorite, bro. Like, don't get it twisted. Tell Me is one of my favorite. It was fun doing that shit, and it was fun, you know, sending that shit off and hearing the finished product come back. So yeah, Tell Me will be my favorite. But yo, I got some joints on here for you, bro.
Yeah, man.
I got some joints for you.
Send me a track that you want to start pushing next, man. You know I got you, man. I make a little something where it's a slideshow, or you know I put something together. You know I got your back, man.
I got you. I'm shooting for a video, bro. I gotta talk to you and Crucial because that's the first one I probably want to do. But I got a plan, so I just need y'all to hear me out.
Just let me know. You know I'm down for whatever, man. I'm just happy to see you goddamn keep pushing for this shit. How many songs you gonna put on it before you go? How many songs you gonna put on it?
It's gonna be either 20 to 23.
Ooh. Hold on. How you go from 20 to 23?
Because bro, I stopped at 20, right? I stopped at 20, yo. And on some real shit, it's like I'm gonna put one of my people songs on there that he just did, and that should bring him out next. And I just got, bro, I got a couple songs to choose from, and I don't know which ones to choose. So the ones that I don't like, I'm just gonna set them to the side, and it added up to about 23. So it's two of them I'm iffy about. But I gotta write one more, and I gotta record like 3 more. That's it, and I'm done.
Okay, all right, shit. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to hear this shit. I shared the promo on Facebook, even though you know they don't know you, but shit, I want to go check.
Right. That's how we get them to know me, my nigga.
Yeah, man. Keep bringing that funk, boy. Them songs, the little snippets I heard, I was like, boy, this shit sounds like it's gonna be a dope ass project, man. So keep.
Hey, yo, I kind of added something to the title too. I'm gonna call it the Grown Man's Album. New World, the Grown Man's Album.
Okay. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. It's your project. You named that bitch
Yeah,
Chicken.
I
You feel
listen
me?
to it so much that it is a grown man's project, bro, that I don't think it's gonna catch the ears of people under 30, and I'm cool with that. I
Yeah.
really
That's
am.
how Inspired was. Inspired was the same way, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting for young people to dig it. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying? So
facts.
yeah, man. We gonna keep the show rolling, man. The homie News in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. New World, the Grown Man album.
Sub
Should
up,
be
sub
next
up.
month. Yeah,
It's
make sure you
coming.
sub to the
Hey,
page.
I might do it September the 11th, bro. I was thinking about that shit, but if not, I'm gonna do it on the 29th. This could be those 2 days, and you know why September 11th, but September the 29th is another day that's like one of them fucked up days for me that I put something to make me happy on that day.
Right. You know what? September 11th does fit you because I know your mind.
You already know.
Yeah, yeah. New World. Yeah, I
If I
like.
can't get everything I need done by let's say like the 5th or something, or even earlier than that, then I'll just say the 29th. And it's more likely gonna be the 29th because that was that was about 15 years ago, fucked up time in my life. So,
Put that shit out in your music, man.
oh man,
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for sliding through. We're gonna get the show started, man. We got New Troll in the building.
that's what it did.
So tonight we're gonna be talking about priorities, man, and why I got you up here. It's a lot of things, especially when it comes to the YouTube world. You can talk about the J4K community. You can talk about any sector amongst the YouTube family. We know there's a lot of fucking trolls. We know a lot of motherfuckers like to cause ruckus throughout whatever community it is. And you know what I've been dealing with recently with my family. And I don't think people understand when they do evil shit just to poke at a bear. They don't know what somebody else is going through. And it's like, if I come attack you, you have every right to attack me. But why do you think people in the YouTube world just do shit to fuck with you?
Set up that way.
And explain that, because I don't understand, because it's like that in every different.
Just think about it like this, bro. I mean, you can look at it as a couple of ways. You can look at it as, some people that sit behind computers that can't go out and talk in real life and say the things, they become like superheroes on a computer. You know what I mean? Like Deadpool and shit. They can just say anything they want. They can feel how they feel, make people feel how they are actually feeling. You get what I'm saying? Like that's their goal. I mean, whoever made YouTube and made it this way knew that this was coming. Trust and believe that.
You sure?
Oh yeah. They knew this was coming. They knew it was going to turn into some fuck shit. But this part of the plan. The more people you get into the fuck shit, then that's why I say, bro, it's all types of moles and shit out here. And people out here that's probably paid to keep shit going like that. In every community. I don't give a fuck how big or small it is. In every community, they got moles. Trust and believe that shit. You from the algorithm to whoever fucking robot sitting there listening to us, to pick words that we say, to pull out videos and all that. Trust and believe this shit was designed. Not this is just shit that's going on. The shit was designed to be like this.
So, and I think I said on one of your videos, it could have been yours or somebody else. Do you think, what's his name, the CEO of Facebook? I know I heard it somewhere where like he was a federal agent or some shit. Do you think that
believe that?
Do you think that was his intentions as well? Because there's a lot of bullshit that go on Facebook too.
I mean, all of it, bro. I mean, this is the new this the new wave, new TV. They setting us up for something. I mean, just think about it, bro. When we watched like the Jetsons back in the day, they ain't really have too many telephones, or they did, but you ain't see it. They just popped up on screens back and forth. You get what I'm saying? So maybe they getting us used to seeing this, used to talking like this, but this is becoming an open world. So everything's going to be open. Fuck all the cameras and shit. You got more cameras in your house than they do got do they have on the streets? If you can really think about it, like niggas are camered up. So they getting you used to being seen and shit like that. It's like they're opening the world up to that. You know what I mean? So it's part of a plan, if you ask me. It's not really nothing that's just happening because they gave us YouTube and they gave us live shows and we can communicate this way. They actually, I believe, want us to communicate this way. You know what I mean? Instead of being shadowed in your own city, in your own community, and then you got to go out, defend, and find your name if you want to make a name. And now you can make a name for yourself right here on a computer. And then they giving away money like motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like our time is kind of past for that. I'm talking about as far as this 221, but back in 2010 when this shit first got popping, bro, they was putting money in these kids' pockets like crazy. And that's why you got a whole bunch of young entrepreneurs. Some took advantage of it and went the straight way. Some took advantage of it and they got money showing shit on you. They get shot in the head while they live. Like it got its pros and cons, but whoever designed this knew about these pros and cons. Trust and believe, bro. Niggas didn't just put this here and didn't understand what was going to happen.
I gotta ask you this, and I know how your mind works. I'm learning anyway. Do you feel like any new technology, you know, it can be social media, you know, the internet era. Do you think everything that is being created has some type of ulterior motive that we don't know or don't see? Do you? Because it seems like every time I talk to you about something, you have a theory about that shit. So I had to ask you that, bro.
Yes, I believe that.
So you don't think there's no legit inventor who's creating things to try to make the world better? You don't believe that?
Yeah, they are. They're legit until whoever invents it realize or whoever invents it realize they have something, right? And then they present it to, you know, a third party or second party. And if it's a hell of an idea, just like Facebook was, they're gonna blow it up. Okay, boom, we're gonna blow this shit up. But trust and believe that that shit was all like the shit was already coming, bro. I don't believe the dude from Facebook just created Facebook and just said, boom, this is what we're gonna do. And no, nigga, they planned this shit years before that, bro. Like years before that. And he said, this is what I'm giving. This is what the blueprint I'm giving. And they sized it up in the little office and that shit became big. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, this shit has taken over the world, like all social media platforms. They got so many now. So you can't tell me that they didn't know this shit was coming. Because now all the little, you know what I mean, the little trillionaires and billionaires out there that can do shit like that, they got a little app for something. So yeah, I believe all of it is designed.
So even though he created it for
I'm gonna tell you design. This is design. When you go to your market every day, bro, and you see now that they only have 2 cash shares there, you got to stand in a long line for that. But the self-serve line, they got 7 of them open, and you could just walk right through them, pay your shit, and just go.
Yeah.
You start thinking shit like, why is that? And why most stores even starting to have that now? Because they're gonna cancel the dollar bills. I mean, we know that.
I just noticed that same shit you just said yesterday when I went to the grocery store. Everybody was waiting in line where the clerks were there, but the self-checkouts, nobody was over there. I'm like, why the fuck y'all? I went over there. I'm like, why the fuck y'all ain't going over here?
Because people understand they're not trying to give these people jobs away. See, they had 7 clerks in there at first. Now it's down to 2, so 5 people out of a job. So some people just like me will say, fuck that. I'd rather stand in the line and for these people to get their job back than to walk through there and just walk the fuck out. I'll just take that 10 minutes or 20 minutes extra. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Well, if we don't use them things, they'll take them out. You know, that's just plain and simple. If you don't use them, they'll take them out. But people ain't got time for that. You know what I mean?
Well, with the creation of the self-checkout, I think eventually this shit gonna happen anyway. But let me hit the chat up real quick, man. I know people done commented, man. I want to shout out my people.
I already got the chat up.
Yeah, I keep my phone. That's what I be looking at. What's up, cuz-o? Ren is in the building. What's going on, R. Crawley? The legends in the building. Uncle Charles, what's going on, bro? It's been a minute since I seen you, man. What's good, fam? Queen of the
Charles,
Rain.
what's up?
Yeah, D Walsh, what's going on, D Walsh? It's been a minute since you've been here, but you know, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for sliding through. D Marie, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah.
Gotta stop saying that. Nikki News in the building. Hey, won't you change your name on the Nikki? Because every time I look at it, I'm gonna say it every damn time. Yeah. The link is in the chat. Telephone number's in the chat. So if you want to come up here, man, feel free to do so. Bam's in the building. What's going on, Bams? Yeah.
That's what you said, Bad Marie. That's what I said. Yeah.
Since I'm over here, let me go ahead and read some of the comments on the discussion that we're talking about now. Of course, D Wall says she wholeheartedly agree with what you said. Nikki says people project their pain, dishonesty, anger, and hatred. Always been that way. I also agree with News' last statement. So they feeling what you're saying, bro. Let's see what else.
Oh man, sure.
Yaya said the truth is the truth, Nunu. All right. Let's see what else we got. The Lioness says, yes, if you aren't watching your TV, it should be covered. They have a way of turning it on and watching you. This society is paranoid. And I heard that before. I definitely heard that before. And I would not say it. I wouldn't think it's crazy to think that way, to be honest with you. Real. What's up, L Bigfoot's in the building? Shalom. Shalom. So of course, when I'm talking about priorities, it's like I feel like a lot of people choose the worst shit over things that's more important in life. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on 1 second, boss.
Yo, go ahead, man. I'm talking to everybody. But it's like you on social media and then somebody just come attacking you and they doing it for whatever reason. They don't understand what's going on in your life. And for a weak-minded individual, someone who doesn't have self-motivation, they can go commit suicide, man. And these are things that I'm starting to see more and more every day. And I'm talking to my kid about this, man. Like, you beautiful. If I tell you this enough, ain't no dude gonna be able to tell you. And you be like, man, hush. My daddy tell me that. You got to be more than that. You know what I'm saying? But the world, like my homeboy B1 said, and I think either Yaya or Lorraine said, it's upside down, bro. This shit is upside down because a lot of the things that are accepted in the world that when we were coming up, ain't no chance, ain't no way in hell you would do some of the things or say some of the things and get away with it. Not only from the person you're saying it to, but your grandma, your mama might slap your motherfucking teeth out your mouth for disrespecting people. But nowadays, what I see is people make excuses for why people do dumb shit. You ever seen somebody go on social media and they or let's say Facebook, and they share quotes to try to fit what's going on in their life? Even if they know is what they did don't make no damn sense and they shouldn't have did it, they will find a quote to match that bullshit they did. And you'll have 100,000 fucking likes over the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Just like I think I showed something like this to Lorraine. Motherfucker say, and I understand the first part, but when I get to the second part, you be like, huh? So it was a post that said, ain't nobody can bring up shit from my past to belittle me. You know what I'm saying? I did it. I learned from it. I had fun doing it. And fuck you and go to hell respectfully. Now, let's think about this. We don't know what that person did, but they could have did some fucked up shit to an individual and then post that shit. And that person who they did the fucked up shit to seen it and like, Oh, so you just didn't give a fuck about what you did to me. The next thing you know, you get caught in traffic. Bop, 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 bop. Come on, man. What's wrong with this world, new man? What's wrong with this world, bro? Is it just the new generation, or do you see people our age doing that type of shit?
Bro, I don't even want to talk about that while I'm up there.
I tell you what, let me play this song, man. I'll be right back. Here's the new one I just dropped a couple of days ago. Here's I Just Can't Freestyle. Now, it's not I Just Can't Freestyle, but it's I Just Can't the Freestyle. And it's not that I can't do it, it's I can't lose. So get that straight. Life is crazy, I can't lie. I'm like a wounded bird trying, but I can't fly. Got some complaints about life, but who am I? And this pain that I'm feeling hurting deep inside. Don't know what to do, don't know my next move. It's hard to get a signal, I can't send my text. Probably busy with the next dude, and I gotta respect dude. It's hard for me to get through, and I made a mess too. I try to live without regrets too. I got some kind of nerve, who am I to test you? I ain't really living by the trip and get the fuck up out the booth. But things start going good, act a hella fool. I know you coming to my rescue. I like the way when things bad and you step through. Try to give a little advice to my nephew. The same shit I told him I need help too. Life ain't never been hell-proof. I'ma speak the truth, I don't know what they telling you. I'm trying to be a better dude, get a bunch of better news. And I'ma bust my ass until they let us through. I've been on my grind for a long time. I will never hustle for the wrong dime. You sleeping then you don't shine. You looking for a gold mine. Pimpin', this is truth, this is no rhyme. Being a loser, I can't do it. That's why I get up and hustle every day, man. Even when the odds are against me, man, I gotta go. You feel me? I know a lot of people say, man, you wasting your time with this shit. Maybe I am, maybe I ain't. Let me be the judge of that shit. Money to pay. Tell me where to uplift. Too many kids killing kids. Is anyone paying attention? Make it your business. Hell, you rather be a witness. But if it was your kid, you would take it to the trenches. The government provide assistance when you in need and you dependent. Take the hood to raise a kid. Can't you tell me what's the difference? Let me tell you what's missing. Ass whippings and switches. Some of these kids really gifted, but it takes a village. Take a second, just listen, cause this shit is getting wicked. We can change it if these kids need to change how they living. But we gotta give them hope and not the chain gang in prison. Your main aim should be vision, spiritual uplift. Just know if that doesn't get it, then you need to try hard. Ain't no time for no gotta work hard and smart. Too much pain, too much killing in the city. point, that's not important. It's a shortage on real fathers, hell, real mothers. Do your kid know that you love them? When was the last time you hugged? When they in trouble, can they trust you? Not to blow up and start cussing. See, these kids gon' make mistakes, they just lessons, they gon' learn. Just understand, no matter what, it don't hurt to be concerned. Life, it doesn't have a script, when it shift, the tables turn. It's up to us to feed them knowledge, make sure that you make it firm. Remember, these are your kids, stop trying to be friends. In the end, respect is lost, a mistake gon' happen again. I bet you then you gon' realize the age that we in. Don't let social media end, start raising your kids. Too much pain, too much killing in the city. I don't understand what it really is. It's not the same. I can't stand what I'm feeling. I wish that we could ban all the killing. Too much pain, Lord, why do we deal with so much pain? I don't know, somebody please tell me why. Somebody please tell me why. I don't know, somebody please tell me why.
Yeah.
That was Pain. But that song right there said a lot. You ain't never hear that song before, man, go back and listen to it. Because it really goes with the topic we talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? The age that we in, it's missing big mamas, real grown-up parents, not parents that go to the club with their kids. But I do want to ask you this, bro. With the way the world is going and what we prefer to happen, especially amongst our community, do you think we will ever see it? At least, maybe not in our age or our era, before we leave this world. Do you think it will ever happen?
You think we ever will see peace, you saying?
Yeah, I mean, you can say peace. I mean, what we want as black people. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta look at it like this. Did our grandparents?
But I don't feel, I hate to say it like this, because I never would disrespect my ancestors. But did you see any day, let me change that. Have you ever seen them get to the point like we are right now?
I mean, hey, bro, you gotta think like this. I mean, when I say this, I'm gonna say, you gotta ask yourself, what's the project? When I say what's the project, I mean, so you got an experiment, right? And you test it out, and you go through your what they call that shit back in the day, the hypotenuse and all that shit. You go through that in your science project, right? And you come up with all these conclusions and variations and shit. You gotta start looking at us as being the project for something, or some higher being, or something going on. And it is what it is. Some people might know what's going on, some people don't. This is how I think. This is my opinion. So, I don't want nobody to be looking like this nigga from outer space or some shit. But the things that I see, bro, it's like everything always put in play as something else. You know what I mean? Like when I first started driving and shit, and I got a radar detector and sitting in my window and shit, and I'm just like, who the fuck made this? First thing came to my mind, because if you think about the police having a radar gun, they're for what? To stop speeders, right? That's what they're doing. They got the gun to stop speeders. So now they give speeders a tool to slow down when the police come. Who did that?
Hold on, I ain't never heard no shit like that. What vehicle?
bro, they got things called they got detectors for them guns, bro. You can buy one from the fuck. You can go to fucking Radio Shack and buy one. You stick them in your, and then they beep and shit. When you truck drivers use this shit all the time.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
You know,
talking about.
like little detectors and shit. But what I'm
I thought
saying
you
is,
said it broke down by itself from the goddamn cop.
no. What I'm saying is, the police got the gun to see how fast you're going, right? But they made something for the people who drive fast to know when the police up there to slow down before they get there. Like, why is that yin and the yang in effect? It's all about making money. You get what I'm saying? That's what it seems like. What life is, everything, bro. You put drugs out there, which you make money off drugs. You put guns out there, you make money off guns. Politicians are rich. It's some type of plan, some type of project, or somebody's, you know what I mean? Like a Muppet over our heads just pulling strings up and down, bro. And I mean, it's working for them, I guess.
So
the shit ain't getting better.
What it sounds like you saying is when they create something counteracts it, and what it sounds like you saying, the person who counteracts it probably has some type of relationship with the person who created the problem in the first place.
Basically.
Is that what you
saying?
Come on, man. I don't know.
Think about this, bro. Think about this. Cops wear bulletproof vests, right?
Right.
But we could go buy guns to penetrate. I mean, go buy bullets that penetrate bulletproof vests. Why? You can buy them in fucking gun store.
Let me look at this chat. You be saying, hey, you be thinking deep. But see, the thing, I don't think to the point where I think they're connected. I just don't think they're connected. But you could be right. I ain't too goddamn old to learn, but I always keep an open mind. But it's just like,
I mean, you can sit here and think about. I can bring you 100 scenarios you can think about. But just off of the two, it should open your eyes to say, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
but think about it. Why would they create a bulletproof vest to protect the cops and then create bullets that penetrate through the goddamn vest and be the same exact people? That don't make sense to me, bro.
Don't make sense at all.
Check out this chat and see what they talking about. What up, Crucial? Seven's in the building. Seven says,
hey, bro, do you remember when cops started carrying semi-automatic weapons, bro?
I don't remember the exact time, but
you don't remember? I'm enlightening you real fast. It was a robbery in like Las Vegas somewhere. And we can pull this shit up. You can find that shit, like one of the biggest heists or police shootouts ever. And the two gunmen had they was from head to toe armored down. And they came out and they took two positions, went one way, one went the other way. And nigga, they just shot, and they didn't kill one police officer, I don't believe. They might have hit one or two. They didn't kill one, but these niggas was armed to the T, to the point that the police officers was running in gun stores and copping guns. They didn't have the manpower. So you don't remember this shit?
No, bro.
Bro, they had the last nigga. It's people in the chat that gotta remember this. It was definitely in the 90s. And these niggas was shooting. Like, it was two of them. They was over the car shooting, and they caught one. I forgot it's been like two stories on these, bro. They caught one like on the street, bro, and they caught him under a car or some shit. They lit his ass up, bro. But it's like it's serious. After that, police start having semis, bro. So if you ask me, shit like that be staged, bro. You get what I'm saying? I don't know whether the men died. I don't know. I don't know if they was some type of sacrifice. I don't know. I don't know what they gave the niggas to make them do what they did. But I know right after that, the gun laws changed for the cops. They start getting they start getting big guns after that. It's always something for something, bro.
Homie Uncle Charles says all about the money. I look at it like this, and what you're saying will fit how I think. You know, the world
Earth is ruled by Satan, correct? So how in the hell you gonna turn your YouTube on, bro? I hear echo.
For me,
Yeah, I hear echo.
I ain't
It
do
just
nothing.
started off. That's weird as fuck. But anyway, hold on, that's gonna be on my nerves, bro. I ain't do shit. I ain't changed nothing. She ain't got YouTube in the background.
Let me see. No, I ain't got nothing, bro.
Yo. It's gone now. No, it ain't. I lied.
I ain't did nothing, bro.
Let me just hit the song real quick. I'm gonna look around with my computer, but I ain't got shit open. I ain't do shit. We gonna ride with the legend real quick. I seen it all, and we gonna come back to this topic.
I can see the hate, I can see the envy, I can see the love, I can see the friends, I can see the enemies. I can see the takers, fakers, display insecurities. I can see the ones who kept it real with me. I see it all. I see who got my back, want me to fall. I see the outside, they want me to fall. I see the ones who I can't call. I see it all. I see
Man,
it
that's why
all.
I've seen it all. I've been through so much fucking pain. People say they really love you, but they bring thunderstorm rain. When you don't have nothing to offer, then they boarding on the train. I swear them niggas ain't shit, like a bunch of toilet stains. I bet we all had someone that just worked with us for that fame. Then they get mad at us for calling them out of them playing games. My level must be Hall of Fame. Since y'all treat me like I'm 2K, y'all niggas must be some average. I thought all you niggas is fake. And y'all making my life so great, cause I'm just dropping this dead weight. Cause I don't have the time to be in them trenches with dirty snakes. I feel the ops will always be the people smiling in your face. So I just hold my chopper close just in case I gotta spray.
I can see the hate, I can see the envy, I can see the love, I can see the friends, I can see the enemies. I can see the takers, fakers, display insecurities. I can see the ones who kept it real with me. I see it all. I see who got my back, want me to fall. I see the outside, they want me to fall. I see the ones who I can't call. I see it all. I see
the ones that got my back and never switch up on me. We ain't even gotta share no blood, but we some real homies. I swear that loyalty goes a long way, cause it's a real trophy. Man, I got that mamba mentality like my name was Kobe. Cause a nigga hate attitudes that stinker than some balloon. Nobody likes being in deep waters with a couple of bogeys. Even if they fuck with you, them niggas still are fake and phony. That's why I'm a lone wolf, just like I'm a wild coyote. I must be that god of mischief, that's just why they call me Loki. Or could it be the way I get them back when they get too cozy? I'm not too fond of forgiveness, that make niggas think I'm unwhole. Long as I take care of my wife and kids, I never get lonely.
I can see the hate, I can see the envy, I can see the love, I can see the friends, I can see the enemies. I can see the takers, fakers, display insecurities. I can see the ones who kept it real with me. I see it all. I see who got my back, want me to fall. I see the outside, they want me to fall. I see the ones who I can't call. I see it all. I see it all.
That was the legend without seeing it all. What up, LA in the building? What's going on, bro?
What up, LA?
What's happening? But what I was saying, matter of fact, let me just say this: my settings inside my computer just changed all of a sudden. Ain't that some bullshit? But anyway, being at the
My bad. I'm talking the wrong shit, bro. My bad.
Hey, why you bullshitting? That shit just changed. Like, we ain't hear no echo this whole goddamn show, and then all of a sudden start echoing.
The crazy part, I never heard the echo.
You never heard it?
No, I never heard the echo.
Man, put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard the echo. I ain't fucking tripping. That goddamn, I ain't fucking.
No,
tripping.
I seen in the chat they said they heard,
okay.
but I didn't hear.
But anyway, and I ain't trying to get spiritual right now, but being that Satan is the ruler of Earth, and we see all this evil shit that go on a daily basis, forever. How in the hell are we supposed to defeat that? Of course, until the Almighty comes back. It's damn near impossible. It's like you fighting a losing battle, And that's why I think we see so much goddamn evil, because I always say people let the devil use them. And then you have some people like, you can't blame the devil for every damn thing. Well, if it's evil, I will. Because, you know, people have choices. We have free will. At the same time, there are demonic spirits. And let me just leave that shit alone. I'm going to leave that alone. Let me go to chat. If you want to respond to it, feel free to do so, man. But we supposed to be on fucking priorities. And I'm up here.
I'm going to ask you a question, bro.
What up?
Damn, now I hear echo.
I don't know damn echo.
You don't hear it, but I hear it, man. All right. So,
folks watching your head.
God made this beautiful platform, right? And put people on it and everything. And he just gave it to evil, bro.
Man, you read that goddamn Bible, man. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, like, the thing about reading things, you read to understand, you read to believe, you read to find truth. Can you believe that? Just like being a man yourself, like put all religion aspects aside. Would you create a world yourself and then hand it over to something that you created that's demonic?
I can't answer that question, because if the higher power did it for his own reason, then I can't disrespect and say I would have done that shit. That's, you know what I'm saying. I know you can question if you're looking for knowledge, but who am I to ask him why you did this? You know what I'm saying?
You really believe that? You really believe that the words in the Bible are true? You don't believe nothing's in the Bible tainted?
No, I didn't. I never said that.
All right.
I never said that. I'm not that naive. No goddamn, bro.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to feel you on this.
But what a lot of people do is they pick and choose what they want to believe and what they don't believe. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy asked me this question the other night. He said, if there's a God, which he said he believed there is the Almighty, because that's how we got here, which I feel the same way, why did he allow us to be chosen to deal with all this bullshit on earth? And it was a question that I couldn't answer, but I went to work and I talked to this man who's really deep into the word and theories like you. And you remember, I don't know if you ever read it, said the first should be last and the last should be first. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that guy?
I'm not sure where exactly it comes from, but I remember it.
I can't remember the scripture either, but I know it's in there. And that's what he said. That's what he felt. It's like, we might be, and I don't want to say this because it's going to sound real fucked up, but we might be who God chose. And I don't want to say he left out everybody else, but the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Since we are done so wrong, maybe it's almost like Job. You know what Job went through, right?
I forgot.
Right? But Job damn near lost everything.
I kind of lost memory to the Bible when I felt uninterested in the word, to be honest with you.
You sound like LA. LA said, I don't read the Bible no more, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with that.
But it all boils down to, you know, and I'm glad we're actually talking about this, because when we make decisions, like, let's talk about this COVID shit.
Wait a minute, hold up. I see something, bro.
I know what you're saying, man. Tell me, I'll put it on the screen. You talking about the comments.
It's 7. It's CPS.
Oh, okay, 7. Hold on.
She said, because our ass disobeyed his laws. Is she talking about us, or is she just talking about people in general?
Hold on,
hey, why you got that up on the screen?
I don't even know. Look, I got shades on, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just putting stuff on the screen. I only see.
You just happen to stop right there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I do it all the time. My fault, bro. They say, man, you got
hey, take that wrench for a second, please.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that. Well, I swear to God. Read what she said again, bro.
She said us. Hold up. What we do? That's what my first question is. She said,
Seven, you want-
because our ass disobeyed his laws. Like,
I think
what
she might be
we
talking about
do
Adam and Eve.
as people. And
I
what
think she-
laws are you referring to? The 10th commandments?
My assumption is she's talking about maybe, you know, Eve when she bit the apple. That's the only thing I can think of. You want to come up here? Click the link, 7. And she was responding to your question on what you just asked me.
I got you.
All right, let me just check this chat out. Here's LA. LA say so they have us bad clothes, bad food, bad homes, but good religion. There you go. Let me drop this link in the chat. There you go. But yeah, y'all two would be great having this discussion right here. But y'all probably would side with each
He's
other.
saying you talking about LA, right? He said
Yeah.
Christianity was the biggest tool used to keep us enslaved. I mean, just think about, hey, bro, if you understand slavery and the Bible don't really go together, bro. Like when you think about it, all right. So we was taught, or I mean, some people were taught different, but when I came up in school, I was taught that, you know, as slaves, when we was first brought here as slaves, we couldn't have no religion. We didn't have anything to worship.
Right, I remember that.
Right, if you that right there don't even go in fact. Well, what if we wasn't able to have a religion? Then what was the religion? Okay, they came with the Bible.
Religion
and they gave it to us and said, here you go.
Religion was created by man. God ain't create religion.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. So we didn't have anything to worship. So they took us from Africa where we was worshiping statues or towers or things and
turn your YouTube down in the background. Hey, mute your YouTube in the background, Seven.
Huh?
Wherever YouTube is playing at, mute that. Not StreamYard, but mute the YouTube that you just left from. Mute it because we had an echo.
Mute it.
Yeah, if you matter of fact, just exit out of it.
I got you.
There you go. All right. So I'm gonna let you have at it with the homie.
All right.
How you doing, Miss Seven?
All right. Hey, homie. Hi. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Goody, goody. What's up?
Nothing too much.
I see y'all. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna mute up. Hey, New, go ahead and answer the question because he wanted to get some understanding of what you just dropped in the chat. So I'm gonna mute my mic and let y'all have it.
Okay.
My question was what we do.
Well, per my training, and you got to understand, I've been reading the Bible since age 2. That's the book that my father, when he noticed I was a little bit clever, he instructed my older brother to teach me. So I've been reading the Bible before I went to Sunday school, and I knew then 2 things. And this was about 8 or 9 or 10. I knew that the people in the Bible were Black. I knew that because of my background with my family. I knew that they were people that would be suffering. They don't have a lot of money, okay? But as far as what you were saying about the infiltration, I noticed that the Bible sounded too much like Aesop fable because I was also given that. Always teach your child how to read because you're going to open up their brain. And so I questioned my parents. And you got to understand, I got a lot of people that was like in the Baptist church. The Baptist church is heavily steeped in Masonic. Okay, that's just the fact. So it's a lot of knowledge within the Baptist church. I was raised in one of them kind of churches. My grandfather helped start it, the church that I was raised in. So my Afrocentric type family that was heavily invested in Black power back in the 60s. I was born in 1961. All of my uncles were veterans, so they lost big time respect when they came back from the war, and they were still getting lynched, still seeing their friends. So my family, and then I got a lot of Muslims in my family also that came up with Elisha and Farrakhan them back in the 60s. So I'm a person that came up with a lot of heavy Black power in my family. So I learned about what everybody is learning. I'm going, okay, welcome to my world. So for me, probably GMJ, probably a lot of people, we're going, welcome to our world. So we are the people, because when you look at Deuteronomy 28, I believe it's Deuteronomy 28, nobody else fit that description of a people being brought from a destination and then spread out all over the world, and then mistreated, and then sold. Nobody else fit that description but us. And so when we talk about the what we done, we are the descendants of Ada wa Ama. They put those two names together and made Adam and Eve. Okay, that's my training. I vibe a lot of Aboriginal knowledge that come from the Black Indians that are like a hidden group. They don't come out, but they put a lot of this knowledge out here because they got their own, they still retain the ancient language that they had when the white man came here back in the 1600s. So see, I got that in my bloodline. Black Indians, Cherokee. So I vibe a lot of that. And that caused me not to believe a lot. Hold up. Where my Bible at? I got so many of them. It caused me not to believe what's in this, all that's in this Bible. I know it's infiltrated. Okay. And so what you got to do, you got to go through it. And it says to discern the book, not to divide, to discern. So you got to go through there and you got to say, this don't sound right. Let me double check it. It's supposed to be precept upon precept, line by line, here a little, there a little. So everything got to match up. And when shit don't start matching up, excuse my language, you better question, boss man. See, the Sunday school teacher didn't like my little ass. Because I was in there. That ain't right. You shut up. I didn't participate in none of the little Easter shit because I was always asking questions and, you know, being around the Muslims in my family, being around the Black Panthers in my family. I went to church loaded, like, there come Sister Harvey daughter, Martha Harvey daughter. I have to do something with, you know, so we are the people, and you know we're the people because they're going through too much trouble to keep down the people who ain't got shit. Think about it. Use logic, reasoning. Why would they do so much to keep us down? We ain't got nothing. It got to be our connection to God. Come on.
So I want to hear what new response is to that, because you said a lot, and I think maybe some he may agree with, some not. But go ahead, New. What you got, man?
I don't agree with none of it.
Wow. No, I love it.
I'm just like, all right. So I'm gonna give you a small background real fast. Same background as yours. Raised in a Christian family, got a mother, stepfather, uncle. Everybody's a pastor or something in my family, right? So I'm like, I'm me and my little brother are the two outcasts in the family. Let's put it like that. They don't come at me no more. They can't, because I just go at them hard, and I go at them hard with everything that I have, and they still won't turn for nothing. I did get my brother to say, I always wondered this. I gave him a question. He said, I always wondered that. You know what I mean? And that just let me know that I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? So come from the same background as you, been taught, Baptist church, Christian family. I just started denouncing Christianity and just religion, period, and just started dealing with the spiritual assets of my mind. Like, I'm spiritual and I have my own connection with the beings that I believe, or the higher being that controls us, or however you want to call it. If people want to call him God, I don't think it's one God. That's what the book wants us to believe. I believe man is God. I believe it's things up there, not just man, but I believe black men are gods and kings. And we raise up princesses, and we have goddess, kings, queens, and prince and princesses. That's how it all, from the birth of your prince. When you become a man, you become a king. If your eyes get open, you become a god. And that's just the level up that it goes. Is there a demonic level with that? Yeah, of course it's a demonic level. And we're seeing it every day. But me, myself, I have my own connections. I look at it, my connection is basically to the sun. When you say the only begotten son, we only have one son in this universe. That's the only begotten son of mine. That to me makes more sense than what the book is making. You know what I mean? And it's variations in the book from the start that lets me know that, it's a little fugazi. So we've been controlled years, however many years that the Bible been out, we've been controlled that many years, because just one of your statements was, going back to Deuteronomy. Everybody always go back to a scripture. We always go back to the book. But where's the scripture at that you can go back to in your own mind that you made up? And when Kanye said that, if it was a modern day Bible, he would be in it, I had to think about that for a while. I said, this nigga's crazy. Then I thought about it again and said, this nigga's a genius, because I would want to be in that Bible. So we so busy looking into the past that we're not planning the future for the future. We stuck in the past. So they got us looking behind so much that they're 20 or 30 years ahead of us. And it's always gonna be like that's the yin and the yang right there, nigga. We so behind them because they got us looking back. And niggas so busy trying to figure out where they come from and where their roots at, instead of trying to make their own history. And that's what I think life's about. When you find a way to make history.
What's your age group, Nu? Are you under 40 or under 30?
I'm over 40. I'm cool with it. I'm 46.
Okay. Now, that was beautiful, what you just said.
Thank you.
And that, what I find is the most beautiful about our awakening. Now, where I came to you from just now was historical. I gave you my history. Very important, because when you look on my channel, you're going to see some I'm talking about worldview. That's my help. I'm a person that I know how to bring things into understanding. I did it in the Army. So now God is telling me to do it for our people. I got to the place where you're at when I was like 7 and 8, raising my hand in the Sunday school. But what my generation learned quick back in the 70s and 80s, we had to just duck our head, okay, and keep going and chasing that bag. Now, I knew when I saw the 1980s babies coming, I said, uh-oh, because I look at us by generation. I look at the world by generation. One of my little sad things I do is anthropology, and I use it for us and not against us when I use it. And with each generation that came, I saw the breakout. I saw that generation in the 80s saying, I ain't sitting still. I ain't gonna sit there when that cop say this and that. Because guess what, Nu? We were told to shut up. That's right. We were told to not say nothing because our parents born in the 1920, 1930 new, your great-grandparents, they raised us with fear. Okay, because I'm 60 and proud of it. They raised us on fear of the white man, the system. Keep your head tucked in, get yours, and take care of your folk and no more. And so as we got older, my generation, looking at the failed civil rights 60s, the 70s came in, we were the Black Power generation, okay? But we were souped up by the 60s. We were made to believe we cool now. See, you got a better job. That's what our parents told us when we came complaining about the system. You got more than what we got. Then we got the stories about how far they had to walk with no shoes, blah, 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 blah. So when the 80s babies came, our kids, we were like, no, I'm not teaching my child this. I'm gonna teach them to be bold. So what happened? Y'all grew up bold, thought everything was cool, and then bam, right in the face. And I knew that was gonna happen. So what you just said and how you just stated that, in my opinion, that is where the Most High want us to go. Because I learned the bullshit. Okay.
Hold on.
I learned the stories, but those stories
let her
are
finish,
different.
bro. Let her finish, bro.
The stories are different, boss man. I learned about the covenant and this ark and this incident and that land. But when you talk to the Black Indians, they like, that scripture don't even mean that. They changed it. So what New essentially is saying is everything that we got. I got 4 Bibles here to include a 1520 original Bible. They all say the same thing, the different things. They all saying different stuff. So what I am saying is we are the people, but New, they put shit in the game. Okay, so when your mind has been changed and altered to think you're not the king, it is hard for you if you bought into the system that you now are the king, because they put overtime into making you believe you're not the king. See, the devil has feet. When people say the devil made me do it, you're talking about a human being. That's what the Bible said the devil is. Go read it. It's in code. See, the Bible is coded. See, what I don't see out amongst us is that faith in the higher being you're talking about, New. That faith in God, whatever you call him. We put so much faith in this what we see, but what we don't realize, all of us got an expiration date. What the fuck I'm afraid something that got an expiration date like me? Tell me. It's a mind game. If we can break out of this mind fuck they have us in, well, we don't count the Most High in nothing. Why? We believe in all they suit. Y'all believe climate change. Ain't no such damn thing. You say that Satan rule the earth. He don't. He rule the world. A world is a system. You know how many worlds this earth can see? A world is a system. A world is a structure. It is a culture, a construct. It's not the earth. They're 2 different things. See, that's one word right there that they got your brain jammed. One word can clog your pipes. One mind screw. So when the brothers say we'll never, I just made a video about positive thinking. Don't ever say that word. As long as there is a creator, and this is a test, y'all. See, we don't come from a punk ass creator. No, you're not going to get into my kingdom easy like them other folk think, them other nations that y'all let run them up. So now I let them screw you. His intentions You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the supernatural. See, ain't nobody there with me, new. I can't talk to everybody. I'm looking for the same stuff that they show on the sci-fi channel. I'm looking for that to show up. And I'm the only person in my class. Trust me. Everybody else, they'll look at me like, you know, something wrong. You know, they might figure out I'm a disabled veteran. Oh, you crazy. No, that's the power we serve, y'all. And that's what they're keeping from us. That knowledge. Keep you stuck in little Jack and Jill, Aesop fable, mythological. Half those stories in the Bible are lie. I agree with them. You got to know what is the truth and what's not. And it take a whole lot of more studying like GMJ be doing. And folks out there teaching us. Trust me, I don't know everything. I don't know a third. I've seen people on Boss Show, on a major TV show. I'm like, where is my pen and paper? That's where we need to be right now, because God got this. You see how he turned up these lands, y'all? They can't be in power with no land. All right, but they tell you it's climate change. No. No, that's the God that is at war with them. Okay, as the ancient texts all over there in Egypt, all of that is a part of the Bible. Egypt, the pyramid, the Bible is in stone on the pyramid of Giza. Did y'all know that? I'm from they kept all of this away from you.
They say that the original scripts is no longer available for us to see, but now
that's BS. That's BS.
What you just said, that's the first time I heard that.
Yeah. Black Aboriginal Indians got it right now. And they got us fighting over whether it's Phoenician or ancient. Who give a shit? It's 10,000. Excuse my language. You good. Yeah. It's not English. It's closer to the original language than English. English is a blasphemous. It covers the original language. See, and that's a part of the problem. We can't speak to God the way or the Most High, I like to say, because I don't like they were God. Because if we're gods, which, you know, I don't really have a problem with that. It's how you look at it. People can get caught all up on it, but there is some truth to that statement. We are gods.
I want to go to the chat real quick.
I believe in.
Hey, y'all speaking some stuff that I'm definitely.
I lost my water.
Well, I'm gonna go to the chat and read some of the comments on what you guys are discussing. Uncle Charles said that's what we do as a people. We always look to the past and we bring into the now. And I understand why you said it, Uncle Charles, because you how can you forget what you was taught when you were younger? Because you have to compare what you was taught to what you see now. So you definitely can. I don't feel like you can leave the past out at all. But what
your ancestors, you can't.
And that's, I'm glad you just said that word. My fault. I just want to say this and I get it to you, new. But it's like our ancestors, and what you said, Seven, was they taught us the word or taught us in fear. I never looked at it like that, but I can see why you say that, because it's like, don't do this or God's gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people, just like LA said before he left, they use religion to put fear in the black community.
Yes.
I guess I'm old school, but I'm definitely not sleep and I'm not closed-minded. But go ahead, Nu.
No, my bad. I had a dog barking in the background.
Well, let me hit this song real quick. Y'all sit tight. I'm gonna play this song and we're gonna come right back, man. I appreciate this. I'm loving this. Here's a new one exclusively right here.
Be back to get some tea.
Body to be global.
Damn, that hurt.
believe in us when we was down, so don't come round when we didn't give it up, was down on luck. We focused up until we came up. Blessings, work for more than we'll ever need now. We got blessings, blessings.
The road I took, it wasn't easy. A couple potholes, I prayed the Lord keep me. It's not a secret, I live off all the teaching. It's proof that the Lord will never leave. I truly believe it. Some people talk but they don't have faith. Them non-believers, they just living off of God's grace. And in them dog days make a coward want to part ways, but they don't do it.
That file is a little too big, so I'm gonna jump to another song. We'll come right back. I'm gonna have to compact that a little bit more. It's a huge file. That's why I was doing that skipping. But I got plenty of music, so let's go into a throwback.
It's a pandemic. It's worse than Corona.
Work hard. Be somebody. And be something more than what you see in the mirror. Let the world be your mirror.
Another trend. Instead of going, find the evil, help your brother win. Shit, I'm sick of seeing what we now defend. What we used to call lame niggas jumping in. Like you the devil's friend. Need to tuck that shovel in. Cause that grave that you digging, niggas helping him. It ain't no wealth in sin. Go ahead and mail it in. Cause I'ma defend this melanin skin I'm in. The clever you is, the better the man you is. Instead of a bid, why don't you take care of your kids? I guess you ain't noticed that we losing, friend. Try picking up a book and read it through the end. Can't let the news tell you who you is. Cause they just make us out of fools and we just let them win. That pussy Trump war the devil's friend. But guess who let him in? It was us in the end. If you ever pay attention, it seems like we glorify the bullshit. We praise all the evil shit that's being done to us, whether it's done to us on a racist standpoint or it's done to us by us. You feel what I'm saying? I think a lot of people don't realize how much power we have to change what we see. The wind starts in your mind, but it's not a breeze. Proper planning and belief can take you to your dream. And what you think is what you really see. So negative thoughts gon' bring negativity. We living in these last days, ain't the time that you play. We gotta knock down these barricades. But we say we want better days. But take your mind off the bullshit like who got on the better J's. Take some time and try to meditate. We in the hole, you gotta know. If it's a God and it's a better way. And them haters, just let them hate. If you in favor, they can't escape. We all got a day to fate. Respect your bloodline, my jeans is a plate. I'm full of soul, keep my food on my plate. Can't be a fool, cause it's rude when they awake. And the Jakes at your plate and put that light in your face. Now you might have missed that. But that light should have been turned on a long time ago, bro. But we so focused on the wrong shit. Shit that don't do us no good, mean us no good. You shouldn't be competing with nobody with the same color skin that you have, you feel me? Because we already up against the 8 ball. You feel what I'm saying? It's time we open up our eyes, man. Boss.
Body to be global.
Tremble.
And we ain't playing with you.
Remember that you are like not kill, nor cause slaughter. He who's seeking his own happiness punishes or kills beings who also long for happiness will not find happiness after death.
Chapter 10 is called punishment. No filter, no embellishments. Nobody is immune to the storm. King with a crown full of thorns, living to the damn reborn. Till judgment day. Any way that it goes, we all gotta see death someday. And the actions that we take are not just circumstantial. Weight on my shoulders, bearing down like an anvil, but that's just a sample. Talk to him.
He who inflicts pain on innocent and harmless persons will soon come to one of these 10 states. He will have cruel suffering, loss,
they gon' have to pay the cost.
Injury of the body,
so sick he might need an IV.
Heavy affliction,
listen.
Or loss of mind,
they lost their mind.
Or misfortune,
seen it all too many times, but what's the next? I'm waiting.
Fearful accusation,
shame,
loss of relation,
nights full of rainy weather,
or destruction of treasures.
Yeah. And it all comes with a price. Do wrong or you do right. Lie dormant or take flight. Breathe life or you gain sight. That's right. And it all comes with a price. Do wrong or you do right. Lie dormant or take flight. Breathe life or you gain sight. Talk to the people.
Is there in this world any man so restrained by humility that he does not mind reproof? As a well-trained horse, the whip. Like a well-trained horse, when touched by the whip, hear ye active and lively, you will overcome this great pain of reproof.
Yeah, see, it's hard trying to put that pride aside. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's all good. What's right is right. And that's the formula, never forget the format. Feeling like I'm one step closer. This for the culture, words to the script to the hi-hat. Verse full of purpose, I like that. This for the time, but the pride got too much. He couldn't even take the punishment, all disgruntled and such. Yeah, it was hard to admit, but it's somewhat needed. It's hard to expand the minds that are conceited. It's hard to expand the mind, just believe. And it all comes with a price. Do wrong or you do right. Lie dormant or take flight. Breathe life or you gain sight. That's right. And it all comes with a price. Do wrong or you do right. Lie dormant or take flight. Breathe life or you gain sight. That's right.
Well makers lead the water wherever they like. Carpenters bend a log of wood. Good people fashion themselves.
Yeah, ride out. Ride out. Ride out.
All right, that was the homie YJ and Nikki
Nice.
who's actually in the chat right now as Professor Cupcake. That was her speaking. So, Cupcake, Nikki, if you want to call in or join the conversation, feel free.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's who that was. Yeah, her and YJ, they got a whole project where they're doing. I think it's 26 chapters of the Dhammapada. She's a Buddhist, and so she has her thoughts on a lot of things as well. I got a private. Okay, so I don't remember who we left off on, but I definitely am taking in a lot of stuff, and who would have thought that what we're supposed to live by, I guess, being that the Bible is supposed to be the guide to life, we can't even live by that because it's been altered by man. And of course, just like New said, this is an evil world, and if we're gonna live in an evil place, you think
right,
they're not gonna do anything to damage your mind and the way you think. So I can respect it. It's just hard for me to forget what my grandma taught me, because a lot of that stuff she taught me I still apply to this day. And to hear people who see things in a different light, and it's not saying that they're wrong, but it makes you open your eyes and it makes you wonder, damn, was I bamboozled? Was my ancestor bamboozled? And I never want to disrespect them, but go ahead.
Hey, bro, I hate to say, and this is no disrespect, but I'm gonna be, it's gonna sound raw until I finish it up. But
go ahead, man. Do you think?
Know, what your grandmother instilled with you had nothing to do with that book. The things your grandmother instilled in you and the man you are today is because of the things that she instilled in you, not that the book instilled in. Like, if I don't hear you referencing, scriptures when you talk, bro. So really, to me, you're not. That's not what she taught you. You know how to be a man. You know those are the things that she taught you, bro. And the book listen to me. The book was something that was indoctrinated in her that she thought the best thing to do was to indoctrinate it into her kids and her grandkids, because that was what they knew. You get what I'm saying? Like when she say the fear in it, I could tell you, I could break fear down to you real fast and say 9/11. You know what happened after 9/11? Niggas were scared to fly. We thought we were gonna get hijacked. So what we do, we accept them putting all these machines in the airport and making you line up, take your shoes off, and do all this crazy shit that they still do today. That's fear, bro. That's fear right there. So they got niggas scared to get on a plane when there's a lot of people down here on Earth that believe they was the ones who did the shit.
Right.
So you kind of look at it like that, and you open your mind and say, well, what else have they indoctrinated in my ass that I believe? And that world, you'll start opening up to a whole bunch of shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's when your eyes start to become open in the middle of your forehead. You start intaking information.
So let me ask both of y'all this. Do you believe in the power of prayer and healing?
Absolutely. It's a connectivity. It's called frequency. Prayer is frequency. Am I controlling that? Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you.
Do you good? Oh, okay, because I'm hearing the echo. I'll just stop tripping off of it. Prayer, voice, communication, word, frequency. So around all of us is an electromagnetic free. Our hair is a part of it. That's why it's
you breaking up.
Not
you breaking up. I think you got
do things to our hair. Our hair, when you pray, you're sending a frequency. When you meditate, okay. When you turn this thing on, or it's just the bad ether in the air. But prayer, I'm still see. It opens up a portal. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear me. I can hear you. See, you say prayer, I would say speak it into existence.
Come on, man.
Hear me out. When you pray, right, what are you doing?
She said don't use that word positive thinking.
I'm asking you a question. Just hear me out. Just hear me out what I'm saying, bro. When you pray, what are you doing?
I'm talking to the Lord.
Huh? You're talking to the Lord. Okay, you're speaking to someone, right? You're speaking. Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Whether you speak out loud or you speak in your mind, you're speaking whatever you want to existence. That's what it is. It's the same difference. You know what I mean? Like you know how we say, Biggie and Pac basically spoke their way into their grave because of the shit that they was rapping about. It's the same concept. You can speak in existence. Go ahead.
The tongue is mighty.
There you go. So you speak it into existence.
Yeah.
So if you want to get on your knees and pray and you say, I'm praying to God, that's cool. But me, I'm going to say you speak it into existence. What you want, you speak. You want to be a wealthy person, speak it into existence.
So you saying, it sounds like to me you saying when we pray, we actually living by, I know y'all heard about The Secret, right? No, I don't agree with that, man.
Yeah.
I cannot take away any blessings that was brought upon me and say I'm just putting it out in the atmosphere and it's coming back to me.
Yeah, I believe in an intelligent being, and so I'm working with somebody. I am with the one creator with no side hustle, no side, dudes. But his creation is his sons, his angels, luminaries. That's where I'm at. And there has to be a relationship between me, who is a part of that energy that created everybody. So that's where I'm at. I can take the little fairy tales and then grow into the natural order, which is basically what I've done.
Can you repeat your last statement, bro? If you remember it, yeah. It was about speaking it into existence. You said a phrase, basically. Something about throwing it out there and it coming back.
Oh, the speaking it and putting that positive energy to the atmosphere and it coming back to you. That's what you're talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't believe in that?
Galatians 6:7.
I would be a motherfucking hypocrite if I said I didn't believe in it. Hold on, I got somebody calling in from the joints. Give me 1 second.
Call from?
I believe this is Nikki New. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Great. Let me just respond to New's question. I will be sitting here lying to you, bro, if I say I didn't believe in it. You got me on this. You got me in the hook, line, and sinker with that one.
No, I was gonna catch you, and I'm gonna say what I gotta say, but I was gonna catch you on it. And I was gonna catch you because we had conversations before.
Right. I know. I'm not gonna sit here.
If you would tell me I don't believe putting positive energy in the atmosphere and it's coming back, but you believe in karma, it don't go.
No, you wasn't gonna get me to lie. I'm not sitting here and lie because I know the things I said on my platform. I know the things I said to you. I'll be lying if I said no. I don't believe in that. No,
I was basically reiterating. I was just want to make sure I heard what I heard.
It's the same thing. This is what I believe. The one people that was created first, they knew God. They had all of the laws. I believe that every religion, culture around the world has borrowed from this one people. So this is what I'm saying. When you look at Buddhism, when you look at Christianity, when you look at Islam, they all got a virgin woman. They all got a man and the daddy and the mama and the baby that miraculously came. So when you're using the reason mind, kind of what New is where he is going, you look around and you say, what is this pattern? What is this consistency that all of these religions got the same thing? So what does that tell you when you start studying anthropology and looking around? They all borrowed from one people. So when you look at karma, which may apply to Hinduism and Buddhism, you look at Christianity and it's Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, for God will not be mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It's the same thing. When you look at the laws of Mayat, which is Egyptian,
Thank somebody else.
You got the same laws. So it's like, who are they borrowing it from? Who did they get it from?
This is a good segue. I'm glad you and New went into karma. I want to bring up Nikki, because of course she is a Buddhist and she knows all about it. So go ahead, Nikki. Go ahead and have the flow, ma'am.
Well, this is a point of clarification before I say anything. Buddhism does not contain a story about a virgin birth or a mother and a father or a mother and a father. The our legend, which much of it is rooted in Hinduism, but the derivation, which really began when it spread into China and other regions, are based on the story of Siddhartha Gautama, who was a prince who was raised in relative opulence for the time as well. Buddhism is monotheistic, which means that there is no big daddy God. It has a completely different cosmological structure. I'm not going to go into the cosmology of it all. And there's no savior in Buddhism. There's no savior. There's personal responsibility. And there's the application of the principles of behavior and codes of conduct and ways of behaving towards other human beings. Now, some people who practice it, depending on which school you follow, and again, there are hundreds of schools based upon the evolution, they do include deity systems, but those aren't really for young beginners. I think the one thing that I want to say, because I hear the word karma, thrown out there a lot, and it's important for us to really understand that the Western understanding of karma is a little bit flawed. I think one of the points at which it got really messed up was when the Beatles kind of went to India and they, and they were meeting with like the Maharishis and doing tons of drugs, which, you're supposed to abstain from all that. And they came up with the idea of like instant karma is going to get you, but the idea of karma is relatively well understood. But I'll share this with everyone tonight. The realm that sits above karma is called the realm of merit. Merit. If you're somebody who, for the most part, is doing your best to behave well in this world, to treat people with respect, to give them the dignity that they deserve, to not steal, to not injure, to advance this platform on which we all must live, you're not as affected by karma as one might think. You're behaving in such a way to create merit in the world for yourself and other people. I mean, I'm listening to people in a chat. I've been hanging out here for, as long as I knew Blake was doing this and have known him and with everyone from PSM and all. People are trying their very best, whatever they might have to do because they live in a state of lack or they live in environments where things are influencing them. That at this point, it's really so out of control that a lot of times it's beyond their control. Even that is not, it's maybe not even the human error that we all would consider it to be. Because, let's face it, depending on where we live, or what we face in life, it's like we're not living in the favelas of Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have those obviously here in America in different ways, but we are all trying to achieve. If we're really coming from the heart, we're trying to achieve not just for ourselves, but we're trying to achieve for other people. Some of us are more interested in doing for others than we're committed to doing for ourselves. That's the realm of merit. And the realm of merit isn't relegated by punishment. It's relegated to embracing the goodness of who we are. This world can crush the fuck out of us. in a minute. And maybe it's done it our whole lives. But there are people that refuse to give in to the madness to the extent that they can. And that is meritable behavior. So the realm that sits above karma in our doctrine is merit. And, you know, I just told Blake this on one of the Facebook posts. I died and came back. And then and it happened at a point in my life where I was in a huge spiritual crisis because of the religion that I was raised in. And you would think something like that would like help you flush out a lot of things. And it initially did. But it also caused just a huge amount of confusion on top of it. Like during the period that happened, I was also like, you know, on life support, coding out and like thinking I was going to die all over again. You know, at this point in my life, all this shit is extra. All this shit is extra. It's extra. If tomorrow is the day that I'm out of here, I'm good. I've done more than I ever thought I could come here to do. If I'm alive to do more, I only hope that it benefits tons of people. Not for the personification of me as a human being, but because I'm thoroughly and completely limited as a human being. And my life right now, especially in the last 3 years, has been about making people or meeting people and having people come into my life, mainly via this internet, that I believe are so powerful that they can literally deliver the world from a lot of their woes with art, with music, with their personality. And so tonight, Blake had, what was the subject of your
priorities?
Priorities. My priority every day is to put in work that can advance me because, I mean, let's face it, I'm still breathing, I got to advance. But can advance a whole lot of other people too. Every single day. I mean, that's really what I do. And I'm connected to my family, but not as much as one would have thought I would end up being. And most of us don't have a lot of people, specifically people in our life that we can really, truly, and honestly depend upon, which in my book means you have to depend upon yourself. You have to depend upon your mental framework. You have to depend upon your action. Because it's not over till it's over. And I have yet to meet anybody who's going to give me an explanation for what it's going to be when it's over. No, and I'm not interested too much in plowing over much beyond what I already experienced. You know, I hope to get a little bit more happiness out of this life, because happiness for me has been a losing proposal and a hard-won experience when I have had it. So I hope to have a little bit more happiness, a little bit more peace in the world. But I'm not interested too much anymore in doing anything beyond that, what I know I can do, or trying to understand what I can understand. You know what I mean? We're really limited people.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're a spiritual person and there's a place from which you're acting and you're learning and you're growing, don't let anyone tell you to throw that place away.
Right. Hey.
For nothing.
I want to ask this question. I didn't mean to cut you off, Nikki, but going back to what you were saying, and I want to ask this to either New or Seven, either one of y'all can answer. Do y'all agree? Is it safe to say, because she stated that Buddhism doesn't have a God that they serve or worship. But if you look or read throughout that book, it kind of reminds you of what's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Don't cause harm to your body. Treat people like you would treat your body. You know, it's almost similar. So my question is, we don't know what it takes to go where we have learned that after we die, we will go. I don't know if y'all believe in that, but I do. So don't you think it's safe to say that if everybody live the right way, and we know what that is, you know what I'm saying, the morally right, is that safe to say that that's enough to go? Because we don't know, if we so confused right now, how do we know if we've done everything that we supposed to do to make it to the gates? Does that make sense? Do I need to explain it? I mean,
yeah, I got it. But you this is
go ahead.
Who?
You go ahead.
Okay. I have a relationship with a being, Being. I get feedback from this entity, being, whatever. I call him the creator, the most high. I don't need a religion to tell me that being does and does not exist. We all have to be culturized into the world. Nobody born in the world in the middle of the field and raise yourself. So everybody programmed. There's nobody in this earth that's not programmed. That's how you get here, through another human being who teach you their ways, and you learn their ways. If you were born in Russia, you would have learned their ways. So everybody got culture. And when we speak of morality, we all don't have the same world view. You got to have the same world view to agree on what's moral. We say we know what's wrong or right, but then you look at the news every day and go, maybe some people don't get it. So my whole problem with the generic, because I would call it generic morality, because there is no source. We could say cosmic acoustic. I have a problem with a floating platform that we all can fix ourselves, because if we could have, it would have been done. Presidents set forth reality. That's what law based their cases on. What precedents was set that we know that this law or this trial is going to go one way or the other. So when I look at precedents, who made all of this for us to all have, because the Big Bang ain't working for me, people. I'm sorry. It ain't working. I need logic. You're going to have to connect something to something before you just tell me a bang, because guess what? When you study anthropology, archaeology, geology, you got to give me something to work with. And you look at stratification, you look at the dirt, and you look at the different chemicals that is in the dirt and is in our body. Somebody did that. It's a connectivity. It's a connection. We're connected to the dirt, and the dirt was made by what's coming outside of this realm. And so when we look at all of us reaching out, which is what the system wants us to do, reaching out to this great nothing. Okay, where did it all come from? Because to me, that's a setup for somebody to run up and be God. Because if you ain't got no source, if you don't have a soul beginning, an ancestor, that's just like having an earth, a realm. The realm don't have an ancestor, but we got an ancestor. don't make sense. I'm going with logic. So I have to go with the superior being, the intelligence that created the universe. I ain't tripping off a name, because if you my creator, I ain't got it. If you are my creation, I created you, I ain't gotta tell you shit. What's your name, Seven? Your creator. Don't worry about it. Now go on and breathe my air I gave you. And so when we get to, I get Buddhism, I get the Eastern religion on that, with all of this personality and whatnot. But I got a problem with that great chasm, and we all pop up gods and we pop up this. Well, who did it? Because you sure didn't. I didn't.
Nu, you got the flow, Nu.
All right. I'm gonna say this. All right, so she got a point. She has a major point. All right, sis, do you ever heard of? Do you know what percentage of our brain that we use?
30. 70% we do not use.
Okay, so 30% we use, 70% we don't use.
Yes, sir.
How do we know, or who's stopping us from reaching the 100 mark?
Good point. I ain't no faker. Good point.
That's where I just start with everything you were just saying. That's how I just look at what you was just saying. Like, you know, I mean, if they're telling us it's a percentage of our brain that's a high percentage of our brain that's not being used, then who's blocking that percentage, right? So then you go down to things like, all right, so a lot of people ask where the pyramids come from. All right. So if you get into the percentage of the brain, and then you look at some of the things that history has found, like the big skulls, you know, it was probably bigger people, bigger, stronger people. You know, if people are 20 foot tall, then those pyramids might have got built by giant people, or the first people that were here. I'm just saying. And evidently they could use 100% of their brain.
They was using more than we are.
We use today are nothing like the tools that they found back. The tools that they was using back in the day, you still had to use strength, brute strength. And then some of that shit was so big, and you look at it to how small a human is, and you like, they built this crane. How? Like, and how did they move it? You know, so you gotta think, to me, that you know, people were bigger and smarter, our ancestors, so-called. And then my theory with the Bible, I already told you, Adam and Eve were the first two created. If they were the first two created, then we all family. I mean, if you look at it like that, and I know people will come and say, well, other people created, and I'm blah. No, he started with two people. He didn't say he made a tribe, nothing. He said, one, I made man, then I made a woman. All right, then that's two people that the whole world been made off of all these years.
Right. What racism or what white supremacy to me has done to the science world, or has done to the world, period, is that it has crippled, because you got a bottom eating race and you got a bottom bitch race. Okay. Now anybody know you rather have a bottom bitch. Anybody who you don't want the bottom feeder. And so that one concept for me has kept us from looking at the human race like, hey, y'all, we could be different species, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I agree, we come from one couple. But have you ever heard of speciation? Okay, speciation in anthropology is when a species is separated like by land or whatever. And so when they get separated, the one that went on the other side of the mountain, it start looking different because the atmosphere over there be different. It may be hotter, colder. So one little rabbit might have fur, and the other might be completely bare because of the weather. So speciation could have happened in humanity. That's why you got people with Neanderthal in their blood. Rhesus monkey? I think we got some of them out here. The human blood is when you get below Africa, or no, Africa, the midsection or whatever, is when you have mostly 99% human. That tells me that we got different strands of human beings, okay? As a thinker. But then when it get out here, we say, oh no, don't say that. That don't mean we got to treat each other different. But see, that's where evil has come into the world, where this has been used against people for different looks. Even brown skin is just the most supreme, and the various shades. We like our peaches too. That's how I talk to people when in my profession, and they come to me with the black and white. And I said, well, why don't we get more colors for the crayon box? You know, maybe the conversation won't be so stressful. But yeah, I'm with Nguyen that what I love about the mystery of the Creator is that he is leaving us room to grow outside the box. And the box is religion.
Free will. I agree. I want to play a song and then we'll come back if y'all got some final thoughts. I'm going to give y'all the opportunity to speak on it. We're going to hit with this last song. It's called Running in Circles, because that's how I feel when you're trying to chase the truth.
Take you out the
Well, it was going to be Running in Circles, but I guess it's going to be 15 below. So let's get it.
Moms. Port. Them old heads told you this world cold, you didn't believe it. Throwing hindsight 2020, now you see the shit 15 below. I know it could've got worse, I could've been somewhere 6 feet below. That's part of the reason I wake up, thankful I'm still breathing, bro. It's a cold world, 15 below.
You should check the frostbites. You could lose a limb with this knife if it's torched right. Niggas on the top, ready go like it's crossbites. Niggas on the bottom never got to see the boss life. Catch me on the Zoom, making moves like exhaust pipes. Even though it's lights in my city, it's a dark life. I be down the way, but I stay up in Park Heights. Niggas where I'm from, ready slide like it's dark ice. Walk light, abandoned blocks and buildings where I'm from. It's like a noose on my city, where it's hung from. The cops, it's like watch what they stun guns. It means I'm out, no siblings, one son.
Let's go. This world cold, you didn't believe it. Throwing hindsight 2020, now you see the shit 15 below. I know it could've got worse, I could've been somewhere 6 feet below. That's part of the reason I wake up, thankful I'm still breathing, bro. It's a cold world, 15 below.
It's a cold world, but I bundle up. Corona running numbers up. They think we dumb as fuck. Nah, never would I ever trust a bummy fuck. And still today, it's still the same. Fuck that dummy, bruh. And first of all, I could never finish runner-up. And secondly, I know the game, I know when something's up. And nowadays, these niggas prey on niggas coming up. We wearing masks now, so you ain't know it was your bruh. Damn, bruh. Be a man on what you stand for. And when you stand up, nigga, pull your pants up. This world cold, nigga, tell me, are you man enough? Time is getting short, nigga. Ain't no time to panic, bro.
This world cold, you didn't believe it. Throwing hindsight 2020, now you see the shit 15 below. I know it could've got worse, I could've been somewhere 6 feet below. That's part of the reason I wake up, thankful I'm still breathing, bro. It's a cold world, 15 below.
You either adapting or you die. No sugarcoating, no lie. Better buy more burners and bullets for trying to be fly. Stock up canned goods and bottled water that's purified. I'm trying to save your life, you trying to get high. Shit is written and it's in Revelations. But you all on the gram trying to get relations. We already on the bottom fighting over crumbs. It's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. Cold world, hope you bundle up or you slipping up. Make sure your shoelaces tightened up or you tripping up. Only my black air lights, I'm living up. I'm trying to burn Babylon down just to warm us up.
Old heads told you this world cold, you didn't believe it. Throwing hindsight 2020, now you see the shit 15 below. I know it could've got worse, I could've been somewhere 6 feet below. That's part of the reason I wake up thankful I'm still breathing, bro. It's a cold world 15 below. Ride out. Ride out.
All right, that was 15 below. We're gonna go ahead and get the final thoughts. Appreciate it from our panelists. We're gonna start with you, Nikki New. Had a flow.
Okay, well, I can't wait for Legends album. I'm really excited. Can't wait for News album. Yeah. I'm really excited. I know behind that we do the second album, and then there's gonna be more from Blake. So, you know, that's the great stuff. Okay, so just thoughts real quickly. New was talking, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch the woman's name who had previous.
7.
Okay, 7. That's right, 7. You know, I had a wonderful psychotherapist at one point. I saw him for a very long time, and he was, you know, he had a PhD as well. And I asked him, "What did you write your PhD about?" And his PhD was literally about the processes that our brain goes through to develop a single thought. And that's when it really woke me up to the magnitude of how serious our ability to even think and conceive it, and how it's always expanding. That's point number 1. Point number 2, the last thing I'll say is, given the way I was raised in this very kind of repressed religion or religious environment, I never thought ever that I would ever say that I was ever part of any religion. And there's still a part of me that just doesn't, I don't know, it's because I'm rebellious by nature, because I'm an outlaw by nature, I don't really. The only reason why I say that I am anything distinct is because it was the path that helped me sort out my suffering. My suffering. I wasn't looking to be delivered. I wasn't looking to be saved. I wasn't looking to be taken care of, delivered, any of that. I was looking at the suffering that I was going through to find a way to not keep me alive, really, quite frankly. And that's really what I discovered. Now, there's a lot of it that I can give and take, but that's been the reason why I've studied the Dharma for 25 years, and why I call myself anything. But it doesn't exclude me from looking at anything else, like His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, when he travels around the world. He tells everybody, Buddhism is compatible with all other religions. You know, some religions you can't be anything other than that. But it's like you can be Jewish and Buddhist, and you could be whatever. But I don't really even look at it from like the religious focal point of like religion when we call religions religion. It's just a thing that like took me out of the middle of the fucking forest, where I was screaming my eyes out and crying my eyes out and wondering whether I'd ever be able to like deal with the magnitude of what had happened to me, because it was causing psychological suffering. And we all suffer. We all suffer. I mean, they say, yes, and the scarce it is just and taxes. Well, you must be a damn God if you get to get out of this world without suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So people are really, really suffering. That's the only reason why.
Excuse me.
But what? To put my square down in front of it. That's all.
Okay. All right. New. Final thoughts, bro.
I just appreciate you having me up here, bro. I mean, I don't really have too many final thoughts sometimes, but I just appreciate you having me up here.
I just have to
Look
make
out
sure
for the album, sub up to my channel so y'all can get notifications when it's coming out. Everything will be on my channel when it's ready. So, peace, love to the chat. Love all y'all. I see y'all there watching. Appreciate you too, brother.
Salute, YJ. Hey, YJ, we still waiting on that Crucial versus Arthur, so waiting for you to drop it. But go ahead, 7. Flow on you, man.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled to be here. I'm coming out of, I can really relate to what the sister is talking about, suffering, years of suffering. But sister, that suffering has strengthened both of us. I can hear it in her voice. I can hear endurance. And I can say that we are on our way to becoming significant on this earth, but most importantly, to ourselves. Our gifts are coming out, who we are, who we originally are. And unity should be first. This difference that we've had here, I love it. This is how we are supposed to jail. We don't all have to see everything the same, but we know one thing we want, like that sister said, we want peace. And I thank you for allowing me here to give and contribute.
I definitely appreciate each one of you, you 7, Nikki, and the homie New. Man, this was very informative and eye-opening to hear so many different aspects and the way people think about things. And there's nothing wrong with you believing what you believe.
Right.
But whenever you bring it to somebody, you definitely got to have supporting facts if you want them to, I ain't going to say follow you, but understand why you think the way you think. And all y'all had supporting facts to go with y'all thoughts. And I appreciate it. I never close out anybody thoughts on life. If it's gonna make my life better, I'm all ears. So I definitely appreciate each and every last one of you. So I'm gonna hit one more song when we gonna get out of here. So salute to y'all. One love.
Bam.
Bam. All right, Nikki, I appreciate you. We're gonna hit let's see what song. You know what? Since we got the homie up here, we're gonna end it with, we're gonna play his promo again first, and then we're gonna play one of his jams. The homie Neutro album dropping next month, either the 11th or the 29th. Y'all heard the man. All right. I didn't mean to hit that. Here we go.
We got the crazies. Just give the word. The God's coming. We make them purge. God's coming. We make them purge. The God's coming. We make them purge. Baby say my touch is like some fine wine, going down the back smooth like a decline. I told you wasn't me, you just told me put more effort. You told me change my style and just keep up with the message. I listen. It's like every day I take my last breath, trying to breathe when I sneeze through my pants. Step was in. Do it how you want it. Do it how you want it. Not a problem when you calculating numbers. Let me get your vibe with my mental. It's simple. Listen, this is how it's going down. Let me see you smile with them dimples. It's simple. Listen, I love it when you come around. Baby girl, my soul is the temple. It strengthens. Listen, it's tougher than it really sounds. To even come up short from this mission is forbidden. Listen, we gon' be together now. Yeah, searching for class, I'm at my own now. Teacher take them to school, I teach the whole town. I'm expanding your mind, this is a new sound. Put a brand on that ass.
Sorry for all that that pausing and shit. My fault, bro. For some reason, my downloader is not letting me download it, so I have to put this large ass file in the system, and that's why it does that. But my apologies on that. But we're gonna get up out of here, man. Appreciate you, new man.
Got it, bro.
And we're gonna I'm gonna holler at you soon, bro.
Oh man.
All right.
Sometimes I feel like I'm an alien compared to the rest of the world. See, I'm a thinking man, and I think with logic. And a lot of people don't do that. It even came to a point where I started to question who I was. But then I realized, it's not you, homie.
No way, bitch.
I'm not the one that's crazy here, people. I'm just me. See, I remember back in the days, a few years ago, I took a lot of advice from a lot of different people that I considered a friend. Not saying they was intentionally giving me bad advice, but what I was doing and how I handled my situations is how I was raised. It came from logical thinking, but I always kept my mind open to try different things. If you don't get me, just keep it real with me. I play my position, I'm in the field with it. I lost a lot of friends, I was real iffy. And some decisions, they came from visions like premonitions. So tell me, what's your definition? What it mean to love yourself and never go against it? They probably kept them distant, they been hiding for a minute. Evidently, they ain't pay attention, but tell me that I'm tripping. And that's the reason I don't fuck with niggas. And you can't fuck with bitches either, they worse than niggas. I try to paint a picture for these simple-minded niggas. I spit it through the speaker, but they think that I'm just rhyming with them. I lost a lot of time with niggas that remind a nigga. And all the time I spent with niggas, I can't rewind it, nigga. I was being me, giving you my loyalty, but maybe you just meant a little more to me. Sometimes I don't understand how a person can't see the real in another nigga. Maybe because the definition that they have for the word real is different from yours. Cause I keep it 100 with anybody that I care about. Hell, I keep it real with my enemies, man. Cause you will never tell me I lied or been a fuck nigga any day. Cause I'm above ground. Okay, the bottom line, I'm trying to see some dollar sign. And I don't try to grind, it's like a day without a rhyme. That's like I leave the crib and leave that bitch without a nine. That's like me speaking to you niggas, it's a waste of time. You see this greatness that you face, I take and make it mine. And if I never made a dime, still I gave it time. But I'ma rise and I'ma shine, and I don't ride the pine. So when a nigga going live, know I never lie. These motherfuckers hate me cause I am the truth. And they won't book a session cause I'm right next to the booth. And I don't pity fool, and niggas might get ridiculed. So don't you be a silly dude and end up in a swimming pool, drowning in them words that you lied about. You had another option, coulda took the silent route. But all this nigga wanted was some kind of clout. Just be yourself, look, and tell me what you learned about. See, one thing y'all gotta understand is there's nothing wrong with being wrong. You gotta learn to accept that shit and move on. If you're not learning nothing every day, then you ain't living, man. Sitting stagnant, that's just like a dead flower with no sun and no water. How the fuck you gonna grow, pimpin'? You won't. I'm just me, man. You'll be amazed on how many people hate me for just being me. I don't bother nobody. In actuality, I look out. Motherfuckers don't like for a motherfucker to be the one to say, this is what you should do. Tell me if I need to know.
Y'all be easy. See you next time. Live from the cave.